You know when people start saying "don't touch me," it's like to infer that they have.
Yeah, when they're nowhere near them.
They're such liars.
Right, look, watch.
Openly transphobic and anti-feminist.
Yeah, I've got a couple more things about like trans protesters. Hang on. I know this has always been a bee in my bonnet, all this like trans activism shit. I felt this way for a long time. Like I started identifying as trans when I was 24, like 2014, like over 10 years ago. And the closer I got to like trans communities and stuff, the more crazy I realized they were. I keep my distance and like, okay, I guess I just don't get to fit in anywhere here either, you know? Amazing. I've got this one. I might do this one first. The tyranny of trans activism. I'm gonna say, this is gonna be another let women speak thing. I'm sorry. I don't care though. I'm on one now today. I might as well just commit to it. Maybe we'll find something else to round us off later. But I don't know. I'm on one. Oh, thank you, MacPop. Have a good one. But yeah, so this one is the tyranny of trans activism, September special. Throughout September, trans activists mobbed women's rights events around the world to silence, harass, intimidate women, even call for their deaths. Here's the footage. So just in case anyone thinks this is a one-off, let's have a look.
Hi, it's Menno, your one and only, very homosexual, super duper gay man. Ooh. In September, there were a number of different women's rights events around the world, some that I attended myself. And every time the trans activists or the gender mafia or TRAs, whatever you want to call them, would show up to either silence, intimidate, or drown these women out. Fuck you! I saw it myself in the Netherlands and in Ireland, but it also happened in the UK, in Canada, in New Zealand, in the States, and all just within the 1 month. It's as if these TRAs are intent on showing their unhinged, crazy-ass true colors wherever women decide to speak. Let's have a look at what they served up in this TRA September special. The first one was in Utrecht in the Netherlands. This was the first ever Dutch Let Women Speak, organized by Caroline and Lydia.
This is Lydia, one of the organizers. Say hello to the people of Twitter.
Let black women speak. Wow, we're going to be racist as well as misogynist. I love trans rights. Amazing, love it.
Hello, people on Twitter.
And who are you?
I'm a TERF.
You are not just any TERF.
Not just any TERF. I'm a very insufferable TERF. Because I tell everybody, women don't have penises.
Oh, let's have a look. Mm-hmm. Women don't have penises.
The free to reaction video. Oh, maybe I should have a look at that actually. I think I put it on Discord, but I didn't actually watch it. Maybe I'll do that in a bit.
I mean, it's crazy it even needs to be said, but here we are.
It was a beautiful day. Lots of people out enjoying the sunshine, completely unaware of what was about to happen. And then they came.
Okay, here they come. Look at that. Respect.
Yeah, they know what's going to happen. And I'm 99% sure most of this is just about letting these people show themselves up.
My queer homies, or I'm going to identify as a fuck.
You're in the oppressed camp. You have carte blanche to do whatever you want, as long as long as you keep the message going. How can people not become disillusioned at some point? Well, people do. This is going to get old. I mean, for a lot of people, it was ridiculous to start with, like me.
Fucking problem.
Yeah, like, what does this mean? Is that not a threat? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Police is going to stop them.
Oh wow, they're actually stopping them here. Holy shit. Your Dutch police have got a bit more balls than ours, I guess.
Let's see if that works. Oh, here we go, straight away. There's trouble.
And then this guy says, "Do you want to get a beating?" To the police! But the police wasn't having any of it. And that was the start of a rather noisy afternoon.
The horses are freaking out. What a crowd.
Yeah, I don't care about animal rights, I guess. Well, they pretend to. It's not about free speech, it's about bigots trying to normalize hate. Sure, bro, sure. Who are the real bigots here?
And then the barricades came down.
Oh, look, scuffle with the police. Oh, there goes the barricade. Fucking hell.
They were simply overflowing with love and kindness. had some lovely signs. Kill yourself! Death to TERFs! This guy tried to blind us with his mirror. I asked the police to take it off him, but they said that they wouldn't because they didn't want to escalate the situation. But
there's got to be something wrong with that, right?
the women were undeterred, and so they spoke.
Er zijn twee geslachten, man en vrouw.
And ended the event on a high.
Power to the women.
Power to the women.
Women got the power.
Women got the power.
Sisters, you can hear me.
Sisters, you can hear me.
We're getting stronger by the hour.
Stronger by the hour.
The very next day, things kicked off in the UK. Human rights organisation Sex Matters had booked a private room at the People's History Museum to talk about the law. During their meeting, TRAs gathered outside, made lots of noise and chalked threats on the pavement about the law. During
Oh yeah, we've got Maya Forstater and Helen Joyce here. Fair enough.
a meeting, TRAs gathered outside, made lots of noise and chalked threats on the pavement. Adult human female. Noun, fascist scum. Hi.
Jesus Christ. Wow, that looks like Demon Mama. Someone drew Demon Mama.
Hi, we're Helen and Maya. We are scum. The only good fascist is a dead fascist. It was enough for the museum to close its doors, although someone did hang up a progress flag inside to show support with the TRAs. Once they'd finished, they wanted to spend some time looking at the exhibits in the museum, but they were told to leave early and via the back door. And that's when this happened. They even personalized the chants.
Not very good. Bit of a mouthful, yeah? Some of you are struggling with it. Like they know. Like how you see the smiles and they're filming themselves listening to this shit. How are you not playing into their hands? Like, you fucking morons. Like, ridiculous. She's taking selfies with these people, you know what I mean? How do they not understand what's going on here? How do they not get it?
Get out the way, get out the way.
They had to be driven away by the police for their own safety, with the siren on. That's just a group of women trying to walk down the street, in a city where supposedly everyone is welcome. And just because Helen and Maya were smiling in those videos doesn't mean that what happened was okay, or that they were okay with it. Afterwards, Helen wrote this. That was obviously partly bravado, but also a feeling of incredulity at the sheer ridiculousness of the whole thing. They've now taken it up with the police. Okay.
Yeah, you say that women means a certain thing, and people lose their shit for it. Like, it's a bit ridiculous in a certain way, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, if nothing else, you're showing how insane the other side is.
Okay, next. Ireland. On the 16th, I was in Dublin for Let Women Speak, this time organised by the one and only Callie J. Keane, aka Posey Parker.
Good morning from Dublin, Ireland. Right, Callie J's has started. It's a big crowd today.
TRAs were posting about us having a terrible turnout, but this is a picture I took to give you an idea of the crowd. It was a good
It was a numbers game for them, isn't it? Oh, look at the terrible turnout. Because you only have strength in numbers. By yourselves, you're useless. Anyone asks you anything, you don't know what the fuck to say.
posting about us having a terrible turnout, but this is a picture I took to give you an idea of the crowd. It was a good turnout for the TRAs as well. Here they are on their way, and as per usual, chanting about Nazis. And listen to this girl. Thankfully, there was a lot of police.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. The Nazis show up to people's events. I mean, is it someone's fault if a Nazi shows up to their event? How do you know there's no Nazis hiding in amongst your fucking ranks who are kind of down with destroying what it means to be a woman for some reason? You don't.
There's quite a bit of a buffer zone in between us, as you can see, with police. And then we're all the way over there. And they're doing their thing over here. Listen to them. Lesbians don't have penises! So now they're saying, there's more of us than you.
Yep. Once again, there's more of us than you. It's just about numbers. Because by yourself, you're weak.
This is the oppressed minority that says there's more of us than you.
There were quite a few communist flags, and here's a trans sign with Lenin's face on it. The man who established a brutal dictatorship.
Yep, this was another thing that really peaked me the out. I'm just not down with communism. And every trans person I seem to meet, bar a couple of them round here, there's some kind of weird anarcho-communist fucking thing. but yeah, have these weird, like, individualistic and kind of often very materialistic outlooks on life. It's the most bizarre fucking shit.
In the Soviet Union that
like, here's the thing. If you meet a bunch of trans people, you expect that they feel differently about, like, gender and stuff like that. Do you necessarily expect that they have very specific, like, political ideologies? That they all fucking want to live in polycules? Things like that? It's really bizarre. It just freaks me out a little bit. If you meet a group of people that shouldn't really have anything except the trans thing in common, having a whole bunch of other things in common, you feel like you've unwittingly walked into a fucking cult.
people in concentration camps and saw around 8 to 10 million people killed. So, Nazis...
Yeah, and they talk about Nazis. It's like, well, you're the other side. Your shit has never worked anywhere and seems to have often ended up with crazy people in charge that want to kill people too. Are you any better than the Nazis, really?
Bad. Lenin? Good. Really make a case for their movement has to be this one. Suck my trans balls.
No, thank you.
That's not a civil rights movement. That's an uncivilized movement. Anyways, all went well. Thank you, police. And about 18 women spoke over the course of an hour and a half. Meanwhile, across...
They're the true fascists. I mean, I don't know if I believe that, but they're certainly making a very good case for their own kind of fascist beliefs in some ways, for sure. Man.
Across the pond. On the very same day, Women's Declaration International held their second national convention in San Francisco.
Jeez, this must have been nuts. San Francisco is crazy. That's where they have like prides where you'll just see people wanking each other off, both naked, in the street. And that's okay, apparently. Nuts.
Go.
What? Women? Speaking? Quick!
Communism has killed 180 million plus people. Yeah, quite possibly, yeah. I mean, you can argue maybe it's not so much the ideology, but the crazy people that end in charge. But if it's so susceptible to crazy people taking over and doing that kind of shit, then that seems like a problem on communism's end anyway. And just no one wants that shit. I don't know why so many trans people are in on this shit. I mean, I have a lot of, you know, I know bits and pieces, but I don't know. It freaks me out when I feel like I'm around people that aren't actually thinking for themselves. You know what I mean?
Send in the clowns!
Well, the circus most definitely came to town and they blocked off a junction. I mean, at this point it's so predictable. So here's a sign saying, TERFs are fascists. Someone screaming about Nazis. You're the fucking Nazi! You're the fucking Nazi! Getting a little overexcited. Here's a guy spitting on the Hilton sign, which was later vandalized with a hammer. Stunning a brave person going, does my balls look big in this?
What is that? What are you doing? Like, just why? Do you need attention that badly? In San Francisco? I don't get it, man.
Lots of people flipping the bird and making obscene gestures. All in the name of love, of course. And a guy with a thing for the genocide of women. And then accusing women of being genocidal. With death here.
Death before detransition. Crazy shit.
Death before detransition. Megan Murphy and Kay Yang were up on a higher level, but somehow the TRAs got up there and just went after them.
Yo, get out! Get back! Stop! Get back! Get back! Stop! Get back! Get back! What are you doing?
That lady's crazy!
Megan and Kay managed to get away. Apparently the hotel manager got punched, 1 man was arrested, and 3 police officers got injured.
That same day, a feminist exhibition opened, the kind of feminists who know what a woman is. So, of course, the TRAs had to deface the windows and also leave another ball-sucking message on the sidewalk.
2 days later, there was a lesbian rally outside San Francisco City Hall, so naturally, angry man came to scream and shout.
Hello, San Francisco! We are so happy to be here, to stand up for lesbians!
You heard the word genocide already in the background. Like, Jesus Christ, change the record. The other thing is, it's been the same, like, rhetoric for years and years and years. It hasn't, like, developed in any way, shape, or form. So it's not gonna, you know, it's just gonna turn more people away at a certain point. You've got people coming in that you're converting into trans people, I guess. But on the other side, people are starting to hear new arguments and be like, oh shit, I think I got taken for a ride a little bit. And these like cultists, they don't bother trying to keep people sweet. Like you change your mind at all, it's like bam, you're like dead to them now. It's crazy. Like I assumed these kind of cultists, they'd have at least a little bit of interest in like trying to keep people from turning against them, but they don't seem to give a shit, seemingly. Just, you're dead to us now. You said one wrong thing. It's amazing, in a way.
We are so happy to be here to stand up for lesbians.
No KKK, no fascist USA. No Turks, no KKK, no fascist USA.
What do the TERFs have to do with fucking KKK? Like, we love guilt by association. I've been watching ContraPoints again. I want to try and do like scripted stuff and have stuff that maybe other people can react to, because I understand that people don't want to react to someone reacting to something. I do it anyway sometimes because the content being watchable isn't always my first priority. I don't fucking get ad revenue or any of that shit anyway. But like, yeah, like the fucking J.K. Rowling video, I had to watch it again. I watched it on my channel. It's awful. It's just guilt by association constantly. The worst thing is, at the start, ContraPoint says, I don't want to do guilt by association, and then does nothing but. And then builds a fucking castle on sand.
Fuck you!
Not easy to speak in those circumstances.
Men shouting, go fuck yourself at women. That's optics, innit? Optics.
But here's one of the lesbians calling it out for what it is. And here's a female TRA showing how gender affirmation literally scars women's...
Christ. What is less feminist than this? I'm struggling for anything, frankly.
bodies. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Joey, who...
Gay men don't want to fuck trans men. What's the outrage for that? Or is it just being upset that lesbians don't want to fuck you? Well, it kind of seems like a lot of these trans men are lesbians already. So they don't actually want to fuck gay men. So I'm not sure. Because like it's kind of weird. It does seem like there's more like trans women and then like ordinary women and lesbians and stuff. You don't actually see all that many of these like trans men at these protests in a way. It's quite bizarre. A lot of it is like guys.
Was brave enough to walk right among the TRAs. Here you can see her being shouted at by one of the TRAs, and this is a footage that she captured herself.
No Turks, no KKK, no fascists, USA.
Real lesbians love trans women.
USA.
Real lesbians love trans women. There you go. You have to accept penises in your vagina or you're not a real lesbian. Makes total sense.
Real lesbians love trans women.
Okay, next stop, New Zealand. On Wednesday, the 20th of September, women gathered to speak in St. Patrick's Square in Auckland. This was the day of the pre-trial hearing of the man who poured tomato juice over Kelly J. Keane and another woman back in March.
Yes, we've seen this before. This is like way worse. Way more concerning than anything we saw at this Nottingham thing. Fuck me, this is like nuts. I think someone else said that someone got like punched or something, like an older woman got punched.
Faces 2 charges of common assault, which he denies. On the 20th, his lawyer asks for the case to be dismissed. The judge will come back with a decision on this on the 26th of October. So the women who never got to speak back in March chose this day to finally have their say. And of course, the TRAs couldn't stay away.
Trans rights are under attack.
Just look at the number of police necessary at an event like this.
Jeez, at least they're fucking trying though. Again, it's more than we can say in this country.
And the TRAs are just trying to push through them. But the women spoke. And how?
A woman is born and not born. These are our words.
Trans ideology has changed. TRAs used to have more stress on we're not denying sex, just this other gender thing. Now sex denial is way more overt and gender extreme. Hey, maybe. I don't know. The way I've seen it, it's been easier to pretend that we don't deny sex, but I think we always have, to be honest with you. I think I probably have when I was younger. There's this kind of belief that you're just your brain and not the rest of you, which is not true. An older woman had her orbital eye socket fractured by a man. He went to court and got off. Fuck me, it's crazy. Yeah, that was the same event, wasn't it? This is true. You don't have sovereignty over someone else's opinion of you. You don't get to decide for someone else whether they see you as a man or a woman or a fucking mule deer or a fucking anything else, quite frankly.
Unfortunately, on the very same day, TRAs did manage to get an event shut down in Canada. On the 20th of September, dozens of 1 Million March for Children protests took place across Canada to object against the teaching of gender ideology in schools. We saw people march in Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Calgary, Vancouver, and many other places. So these are different from the women's rights rallies, as these focus on the rights of parents. But obviously they share the same goal of keeping kids safe from all this stuff about, oh, you might have been born in the wrong body. They gathered on the lawn outside the Parliament building.
Rax. I haven't heard of her. I'll have to look into her. I suppose if she's in New Zealand, she goes by Reeks.
And it looks like they're all sort of mixed together, the protesters and the counter-protesters, as in the TRAs. And there was only a flimsy bit of tape keeping an area clear around the...
Okay, never mind. There is somewhere worse in the UK for this kind of shit, and it's Canada. Well done. At least we had a few police officers that are shit. Fucking hell.
Stage where the speakers were. Here's Serena Winterburn, the MC for the event, extending a warm welcome to everybody there, including the trans activists.
I'm going to take this moment to say welcome, beautiful souls, every one of you. Welcome to our LGBTQ+2, our trans activists, welcome. Thank you for coming out and joining us, as we have welcomed every community to be here and a part of what we are speaking. We recognize that we can do this together, but we must be willing to hear each other. We must be willing to say we will do more than shout. We will come to the...
Yeah, Spencer, a lot of this stuff is very, decentralized, I guess, which is why they can kind of assert things like that there's no, gender ideology, because it kind of changes little by little, depending on where you go. But there's core tenets of it, for sure. There's an ideology that exists, for sure,
Table, and we invite our trans communities to the table. Come, let us weave your rights in while we preserve our rights that we have fought so hard.
But the TRAs still stuck to their usual chants.
Trans folks go home! Trans folks go home!
We speak, and that is for the purity of our children.
And none of this would be complete without a sign referencing death or suicide. Tensions began to rise when the TRA walked into the safe zone and started talking.
Again, how many fucking times? Maybe, this is the problem. There isn't even really very much evidence at all of this kind of suicide epidemic. And what evidence there is, it feels extremely manufactured, no? But you don't hear, especially trans children, without the word suicide often following close behind. And the thing is, are you not, in a certain way, linking those things, kind of putting ideas into people's heads in a way? And apart from that, they have to talk about suicide. They have to talk about death, because that's one of the only things that is worse than sterilizing yourself, than becoming sterilized.
Taunting people with a sign that said trans kids matter. She refused to leave when asked, even by the police. Just kept coming back with a sign and shouting at the crowd. And was joined by others. Police didn't seem to do much about it at all.
Fucking hell, Canada, listen. I'm British and I'm saying that your fucking police need to step it up, man. Jesus Christ.
She's arguing with people and it's getting rowdy. By the time Meghan Murphy gets to speak, things are pretty tense. And the TRAs are booing her.
Remember when people protested actual shit and not just bad person speaking? Yeah, totally.
I, as a woman, should not be afraid for my safety and survival when speaking in public about women's sex-based rights and about basic biological facts, but I am.
Halfway through a speech, a TRA is wrestled to the ground and the police decide that they can no longer keep the crowd safe, so they tell the organisers to shut down the rally.
We're being asked to shut down.
I know.
By the police who are telling us about so much violence that's happening out in front of the state. Turn it off or I'm walking over there right now.
And so it ends and the march is called off. The TRAs hang around for another...
Yeah, I mean, that's nice, isn't it? If enough people show up to start attacking people, you'll be the ones that have to get shut down. How nice. But I guess they didn't bring enough people. They didn't really do much to keep things cool, you know? But how do you? We've lost our shit completely.
40 to 50 minutes shouting things like, "TERFs go home."
So this is cancel culture at its maximum.
Oh, hey Theo, yeah, that's kind of the plan. It's getting together. It's coming together slowly. What I'm trying to do, like, there's strengths to doing this kind of thing because you watch a whole thing pretty much. You've got an awful lot of context for everything you're saying. Whereas in scripted stuff, you either kind of disappear up your own ass trying to make it as detailed as possible, and then it's like 5 hours long and fucking unwatchable. Or you kind of take specific things, you know what I mean? And then you risk being called a cherry picker or whatever. But the truth is, I've already watched most of this shit. I already have this kind of content. So I feel less bad just kind of picking the best bits, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. Like, write things out, get rid of whatever's not really super big, and then hopefully go from there. But it remains to be seen. I haven't finished anything yet, and it's going to take a while. I'm not in any hurry. I've got a long time. You know what I mean? It's going to be a long process, and it's a long fucking grind, and I'm okay with that.
Megan later tweeted, "The trans activist terrorists won. They rushed the stage, and the cops had to shut down the entire event halfway through my speech because it was too dangerous for us to continue." Meanwhile, Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, denounced the 1 million March for Children rallies as manifestations of hate.
Let me just make one thing clear. Oh yeah, resigned in the end. Guess you people aren't as down with this as you'd hoped. Strongly condemn this hate and its manifestations. Oh, I hate it. You were valid. This is a cult word. Valid. Valid, 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 valid. It's a cult word. You're in a cult when you say this shit. 2S LGBTQI+. Fuck me.
And of course, he's not talking about the TRAs, but the likes of Serena and Megan. And that's why we call it Trinita. Okay, time for a recap.
You're not welcome here, you're not wanted here.
You've got Nazis on your side, meanwhile, like fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Yo, get out! Get back! Stop! Get back!
Canada's had several cases of extremely violent sex offenders placed in women's prisons too. Yeah, similar to California. Similar to an extent to this country. I mean, that fucking... We had that Isla Bryson person who raped women, came out as trans, and tried to get put in a women's prison. They were like assessed at a women's prison or something, and eventually moved to a man's, thank God. What are we watching? I'm watching The Tyranny of Trans Activism by Mr. Menno. This is almost over, but I'm going to be watching something else similar. Hope you good Woody read. Justin Trudeau is pathetic. Only reason he made as far as he has politically is because of his father's legacy. Yeah, that's often the case. A lot of these, you get these like dynasties, don't you?
No fascist USA! Fuck you!
Real lesbians love trans women!
The House is not like Germany in the 30s, but a Trump/Musk speech is. Well, Elon Musk did the hand sign, even though he grunted and like fucking sloped his shoulders and stuff, and was probably baiting people anyway. There's no reason. It's complete bullshit. Like, it's total bullshit. Like, people are being had on. People are having their arms twisted when anyone that's actually thinking for themselves would, at the very least, see problems on both ends. But when it comes to women speaking and then people screaming at them, is like, there's clearly one side that is the aggressor here. And to me, this is not peaceful protest at all. If you were peacefully protesting, you'd still allow them to speak. Maybe you'd hold signs up. Maybe you'd have stuff on you to suggest opposition. You know, that to me is peaceful protest, not stopping people from speaking. That isn't peaceful, even if you're not laying a finger on anyone, in my opinion.
I do hope that seeing so much of it in just the 1 month around the world shows how these trans activists aren't fighting for human rights, but they're fighting against them. That they're waging a worldwide campaign that's based on intimidation.
Yeah, you know what else? They're not... They claim to be fighting for trans rights, but they're making a lot of us look ridiculous who don't, like, subscribe to this shit, aren't down with this shit. I'm not a fucking communist. I, like, lean left, I guess. I'm kind of a liberal, but, like... I don't know, man. I don't want any of that shit. And it's... I don't know. You're dragging down so many people with you. But hey, I don't know. I don't know. What's the solution? Who knows?
Subjugation, harassment, but most of all, the demonization of women, just so they can justify their...
2025 is the year of Godwin, real Nazis. You know what? People need to bring back fucking Godwin's law. That was a great saying that no one says anymore. Excuse me, sorry, that was gross. If they just showed up with their signs and let women speak and stood there quiet, it would make a better impression. Yeah, and that would be peaceful protest. I don't think stopping people from speaking is peaceful myself. I'm trying my hardest to find any of this gender ideology bunk and early Marxism, Leninism. Yeah, it's like derived from it. It's like they take tenets from it. But then the modern like far left stuff seems to have left at least some of the like older far left stuff behind. It seems a lot more individualistic. But hey, it's the worst PR in the world for trans people. What's Godwin's law? As an argument / conversation continues, the likelihood of the Nazis being invoked becomes 1, basically.
Their own foul behavior, even calling for death. That's not what the right side of history looks like, and it's about time that the authorities wisen up to that, because they've been letting them get away with way too much for way too long. But the most important thing to take away from this video is that despite the hatred and despite the abuse and the relentless nature of it, women keep going. They keep organizing.
What we need is like subterfuge, you know, shitty wigs, bad makeup, stink bombs. I don't know. What can you bring? What can you bring to get these people from within without touching anyone, without, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. There hasn't really been any crazy shit in this city recently. They have trans pride parades, which I do not get fucking involved in. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. There must be ways.
They're doing it more often and in more places, and I thank them for it.
Okay, I don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah, there we go. Mr. Mano on that shit. Someone mentioned the Frida video. I might as well. I'm on a thing today. We're going to be talking about a lot of trans rights fucking activists.
Yeah, there was a guy filming, because I saw on another channel, I can't remember the name of the channel, it's one of those kind of, you know, I don't know if he's far right or anything, I don't know if it's, you know, like Citizen Reporter kind of things.
Oh, I'll have a look and see what I can find.
He did have an altercation with some of the trans rights protesters, because he was saying, don't touch me, don't touch me.
She's not going to be honest about this, is she? What happened was, I watched it. We've watched it. Anyone that's been here since the start of today's stream, hey, make sure you like the stream, by the way. Check the links in my description. He started asking questions, people getting shirty with him for like no reason. Like people started invading his space, then telling him not to touch them and stuff like that. She's not going to be honest about this. This person is not honest. I like all this, pull it out of the hands of political strategists. What the fuck does that even mean, bro? What the fuck does that even mean?
You know, when people start saying, don't touch me, it's like to infer that they have.
Yeah, when they're nowhere near them.
Yeah, it's
when they're nowhere near them. Fucking hell, we were watching it. He'd like point his camera down and you see their feet and they're right there. There was a guy this close to him. Someone else filmed that. These people are lying. You're lying. Yeah, what was it? They were saying that this guy was pretending that people were getting in his space and stuff like that. Where was it? It was on this one. Because his footage sort of ends not long after this guy's begins. Hang on. Yeah. Holy shit. They're such liars. Frida Wallace is such a liar. This guy is like right in his fucking face. And what were they saying? Oh, this guy was just pretending. This guy was just pretending. What was it?
Anyway, folks, we've got space here for plenty of speeches. I know quite a few people would like to jump up and say a few things. This guy wants to say a lot of things. I will have space for that. Ultimately, Space Parker.
Mate, yeah, of course you are, mate. Of course you are, mate. You cool, mate, yeah?
Yeah,
cool, mate, good, mate, yeah. Be careful, mate. You might get yourself hurt.
What's that? We're going to make it
So
a
you might slip off that thing there, mate.
Yeah,
be careful, mate. Be careful, mate.
Touch me again.
You're in my personal space. Can you please move out, please, mate? No, you came towards me. Can you please move, please, mate? Can you please move out?
Yeah, this guy coming from behind and there's like, touch me again. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Clearly this guy, like, what does he do? Stand as close as possible, and then when his elbow moves or something.
Yeah, okay, what were they doing to me? What were they doing to me? Nothing.
No, well, you told me what they were doing to you.
You're a liar.
I saw them.
You are a liar, sir.
I saw you.
You are a liar.
What I saw
is look, watch, watch.
Openly transphobic and anti-feminist.
Thank you.
Longer.
No, you are.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, bro.
So I come here to tell it.
He's a fucking psychopath. Look at this guy.
Go away, please. But not just her, because she is a profound problem, but she is also a symptom of a great many profound problems. So I'm here to tell transphobia to go away, please.
Person sounds like a knob. He's a profound problem. Okay, sure, bro. You can't handle someone not agreeing with your self-perception.
I'm here to tell every transphobe across the world to go away, please. I'm here to tell Nigel Farage to go away, please. I'm here to tell Kenny Badenoch to go away, please. I'm here to set
move me in front of all of these witnesses. Move me.
Yeah, he's like, how is this not like egging someone on? How is this not like provoking someone? At this point, yeah, it's become very provocative on both sides. But like, this is like the mob mentality. These people are insane. I don't like this kind of representation. That's my fucking right.
I'm here to tell Keir Starmer to go away.
No. Are you trying to intimidate?
No. Move me.
And I'm here to say no more.
Coward.
Yeah, he's not trying to intimidate anyone. He's just standing extremely close to someone for no apparent reason.
Move me. Trans rights are human rights.
Because you're obviously a working man, and you ain't built for that life, bro.
Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights.
You're a hard stepper, bro. You ain't ready for what happens next, okay? You're not ready for it. So stop acting like you are, okay?
And I'm also here to ask you questions.
I love you, Mary.
So I understand that provocateurs exist, but here, they got in his face, put their hands on him, gaslit him and victim blame. How can you not get pissed off after that? I mean, if he tried to walk away, they were surrounding him. You can only take so much.